So when you're on holiday in a caravan, you'd think it was all relaxation, nothing else that you had to do. But in truth, you've got all of the jobs that you have to do at home as well in the caravan. And then you get little things that might happen in the caravan that probably wouldn't happen at home. So for example, things going wrong that have to be fixed. So the toilet flush in this caravan, and bearing in mind I only bought this in August of last year, so it's not exactly old, and it was a brand new caravan. I emptied it out, I winterized it, I did all the things that they tell you to do. And yet the toilet pump, the flush pump, had crystallized around the impeller under the pump. So I had to lift all of that out of the top, having watched several YouTube videos about how to do it, and then clear out that impeller, and then it started to work. But you know, things like that are jobs you have to do. Things like the daily stuff like you do at home. At home, perhaps you've got a dishwasher, and yet you've got to do things by hand when you're in the caravan, unless you've got a very fancy caravan with a dishwasher. And in addition to that, you've got other things to do. So what about washing clothes? Well, today I spent like an hour hand washing some clothes and then hanging them outside. At the minute, because we've had, I'm not going to say a threat of rain, but it has been cooling down a bit. The sun's gone in, and so now I've just got my washing here on a little sort of setup in the awning in case we do see any rain. And so yes, there you have it. We have to do manual jobs as part of the routine. And what do I do as well when I'm in the caravan to sort of pass time? Because, you know, you could watch Netflix, you can watch YouTube, you can do all the sorts of things you do back there on the laptop and the iPad. I've got a TV here if I want to watch television, and things like Freeview have old repeats of the Avengers and various other old TV series here in the UK, which kind of, because you don't watch them that, or I don't watch TV at all at home, it is kind of interesting watching some of those old repeats. So I do some of that as well. But in this kind of environment where this campsite and most caravan club, in fact, I think probably all caravan club campsites, unless I'm wrong, don't have, like, say, a bar or somewhere where you can congregate and play pool or darts or whatever you want to do. None of that kind of stuff goes on. And a lot of caravan club sites as well tend to be just out of the centre of where everything's happening. So maybe walkable, perhaps you can get a bus. If you're going to go out and have a few drinks, you obviously can't drive. So again, you're kind of typically in the middle of a field somewhere, and you have to kind of make your own entertainment here in the caravan. So on tonight's agenda is just going to be those things: watching TV, watching some YouTube, maybe doing a bit of stock market stuff, because I've been looking at the stock market and it's just started to increase again. But no doubt with Trump, there's going to be some other headline that knocks the stock market. So I've bought back into the stock market again today, and I'm fingers crossed hoping that he doesn't say something else crazy to make the stock market dip. But the minute I buy in, of course, that's what's going to happen. So yeah, this is caravan life. Well, I think I'm going to have to look at how to get down to the beach here at Sutton-on-Sea, or one of the beaches. There seem to be a number of them kind of up the coast. There looks to be somewhere called Sandylands, Huttoft, Sutton-on-Sea, and the beaches kind of work their way up. Now, I know one of the caravan neighbours that was here a few days back had suggested that one of those beaches, I think they said the Huttoft beach, you can drive onto the beach, or there's like a tarmac side road that you can get right up to and park in. So I'm going to have to try and look on Google Earth or Google Maps and see where I can go and park. Well, we're just down at the beach here, and I think it's called the Car Terrace at Huttoft is this. I'm just taking the dog for a bit of a walk on the beach, and it is absolutely bloody freezing. It's a nice day. I mean, it is like only 11 degrees, I suppose, centigrade, so it's not exactly summer yet. The weather is going to improve over the weekend, get warmer, up into I think sort of like 18, 19 degrees, maybe 20. So it will be a little bit different then. The sea looks a bit sandy. It's a bit churned up. You're not getting that sort of like when I was down on the Norfolk coast there, the sea was pretty blue. And I'm guessing at times it can be like that here, but it's a bit churned up, a bit sort of dirty looking, if that makes sense, sandy looking. But yes, I think for today that will do, and next time I'm bringing a jacket with me. Well, it looks like the caravan just from across the way is about to be towed away, and I'm assuming that for some reason something's broken down on it or something's not working as it should be, and away it goes. I don't know if a product exists for caravans, but because the seats on caravans often have like the top of the cushions are kind of fairly low down, you do tend to find yourself sitting in a bit of a hunched forward kind of way, which then doesn't help with necks, backs, things like that. It's not a very good posture to spend a lot of time in. You can't really sort of lean back because there's nothing in this section here to lean back on. So I don't know if a product exists that could kind of extend, you know, as a temporary thing, like the top of this bit here somehow with maybe a board that goes down the back. And maybe that's something maybe I should design, maybe I should market it and sell it, and who knows, it might be successful. But it's funny, isn't it, in life, when you sit there and you experience things and you think, what if there was a product that could do this or that or the other, and then you do absolutely nothing about it. But some of us just take it nice and easy after being on lots of walks and then just being completely relaxed. Well, I bought the DJI Pocket 3 camera, and that's what I'm using to record this now. And it has so far been reliable, good, does the job. It's a nice size to just carry around with you and you can use it. It works with the mic that you get as part of the combo pack if you buy that. It's expensive in that it's like 600 and something pounds to buy that combo pack here in the UK. But if you're going to be doing this kind of vlogging stuff, out and about stuff, it is useful to have. Now the weird thing is it comes with this like little kind of magnetic lens cover that goes over the lens to make it a more wide angle lens. And somewhere today, perhaps down on the beach, I've lost it. And I searched around here in the caravan, see if it's on the floor, on the seats, on the tops, wherever in the car. Can't find it anywhere, but it just comes off so easily. It would be a little bit of a better design if they had it so maybe it wasn't just magnetic and you actually had to somehow click it in, or even screw it in or something like that. Yeah, lost it. I can never really understand the Alder heating panel and how to work the temperature, because it's saying up there that at the minute I've got it set as 21 degrees inside here, but it's saying it's already 22 degrees. And I can kind of understand, because if the sensor's behind this panel in the summer, it might give that impression that it's really hot outside. But at the minute, it's only like, if I can focus on that, it's only like 10 degrees outside. And yet that's saying it's 22 degrees or 22.5 degrees. And the problem with that, of course, is that you never quite know what temperature is in the caravan and what you have to set the temperature. So like at the end of the day, you go to bed and it's still saying something like it's 20 degrees when outside it's like 6 or 7 degrees. And so you pump up the temperature to just try and warm the caravan up. But then through the night, it's like being in an oven, so you can't get that temperature just right. I wonder if there's a way, well, I'm sure, in fact, I know there's a way of buying an additional sensor that goes somewhere else in the caravan. But why wouldn't they just do that in the first place? A daring thing to try and show you this with the camera and the shower and water, but hopefully I don't get the camera wet. But my shower head has sprung a leak. I don't know if you can see it coming out there at the back of the shower handle. Not the actual shower head bit there, but the shower handle is got leaks all the way down it. And it wasn't like that yesterday. So I think some of these things they put in, even these sort of supposedly quality caravans, which, you know, the caravan in general is really good, but something like that is just a complete pain to try and live with when you've got to have a shower. Well, here are the LED lights that I got from B&M. Just to add that little bit of sort of ambient lighting here, softer ambient lighting than some of the harshness of the bright lights that you can buy as camping lights. Now those camping lights, I think the one that I've got, can't remember whether it's a Dometic one, but it's that one up there. I'll just light that up. There's a little remote that comes with it, which I have to go back in the caravan to find. Here it is, on my little shelf that I added in. And we'll put that on, and you can see I'll put it up to 100%. Look how bright and harsh and white that light is. So that's the kind of light that really does illuminate the awning if you want that kind of light to do some work or whatever in here. But in reality, and it's a bit more like daylight I suppose, those softer lights are so much nicer and so much better. But I thought I'd go one better than that. Having been on holiday, you know, when you're sitting at those little cafe bars in France or Spain or Italy, and they have those little tabletop candles. Yes, I went and got some of those. And these were, I think, in B&M for £1.50 each for these little candles in the amber glass jars. They look quite nice.